Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and if our poll is anything to go by, this whole Joy-Con drifting thing is a bit of an issue. Yes, in case you're unaware, there have been a lot of reports of Joy-Con control sticks, or analog sticks if you prefer, drifting, meaning that there are inputs going on when there really shouldn't be, and that can be pretty damn annoying. So when my colleague said that he was going to be doing a written guide, I was like, you know what, I can do a video version of that as well. And I thought to myself, oh, I'm sure there's a Joy-Con out there. I've got 17 Joy-Con in the flat. There must be one that needs repairing, one that just needs a little. All of my Joy-Con are fine. And then a shining beacon in the distance. I realized that not only do I have a fiance, but she also has her own Switch with its own Joy-Con. Then we need to move on to solution number 3, the nuclear option. We're going to take it apart. To do this, you'll need a screwdriver with a 2mm tri-wing bit, although you can get away with, a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit smaller, just as long as it fits. You'll also need a 1.5mm Phillips head bit. Again, doesn't have to be that precise. A small flathead bit, it really doesn't matter that much as long as it's diddly. And whilst it's not necessary, a pair of tweezers really comes in handy, as well as some small container to keep your screws in. I have two. Right, let's crack this sucker open. You're going to need to remove the 4 screws on the back. Now, as you can see, I'm using a Phillips head here because these are not standard screws. These are replacement ones that I've put in. Stock Joy-Con do have tri-wing screws in them, so you will need the tri-wing bit. Don't think you can get away with it. We really recommend you do this on a flat surface where you can see everything and it's nice and clear. Do not do it over a carpet, and definitely do not do it over a deep pile rug. There's a reason I had to replace the stock screws with these ones. I lost them. Once those 4 screws are out, you're going to need to carefully prise the shell apart, which you should be able to do just using your fingernails if you have them. If not, you can use some sort of soft prying tool like a guitar pick or something like that. Do not use metal. Oh lord, do not use metal. You're then going to need to remove the battery, which again you should just be able to do using your fingers, but you can use the small flathead if you need to. Just be careful not to penetrate the battery. Get underneath, not in. Remove these 2 screws and leave these 2 alone. Do not do what I did here and take all 4 out. I took them out because I'm an idiot. It's not a problem, but it will make your life a lot more difficult if you remove all 4. If you do accidentally take out 2 of the wrong screws like me, do bear in mind that they are of different lengths. You then need to remove this screw as well, which is thankfully nice and straightforward. Remove the central part of a shell, or at least flop it over because of the way that ribbon cables work. Remove these 2 ribbon cables that are holding the rail in place by flipping up the clips, and make sure you use the flathead for this, and be careful. You could use your fingernails, but you can get a little bit more precision with a flathead. Remove this one as well from the central bit of the shell, just to make sure that it's not flopping around everywhere, and then this one that connects to the shoulder button, still being very careful. And finally, you need to remove this one that is clearly connected to the offending Joy-Con stick. Now you just need to remove the 2 screws that are keeping the analog stick in place, and voila! It's out! Now it's just a simple matter of replacing this old stick with the new one that I don't have. Now remember how we said there was a 4th option, or like a bit of an option? Well, you can disassemble the stick and try to clean it out manually, but that requires a lot of prying of metal, and it really is just safer to buy a replacement, and I really did not feel comfortable doing it to a working stick. Place the new stick into the appropriate hole and but let's be brutally honest, nobody wants to spend 45 quid on a new Joy-Con when you can just open up the broken one, or indeed just spray a bit of contact cleaner in and fix it up proper for, well, not free, but a lot less than 45 quid. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you gently massage that subscribe button into subscribing